I am standing in front of my Harbor Freight greenhouse, and I'm going to do what I think is a much anticipated update video 3 years later about my greenhouse that we got from Harbor Freight, and the good, the bad, and all the things up to this point. So stick around. So first and foremost, we'll just start with the outside of the greenhouse. This is the 10 by 12 greenhouse, and we built a foundation here, and I will link that video. But yeah, we built the foundation first, and then we put up the greenhouse. So this is the front of the greenhouse here. And one of the major things that I don't like about this greenhouse is that over time the doors become very hard to maneuver and work. If you get any dirt in here, then, I mean, it's for obvious reasons, but it becomes very hard to open. And as a matter of fact, this door here, the roller that is usually up there fell off. So they're not the easiest to open, as you can tell, but they do work. So as far as going forward in the future with the doors, I don't know how to fix that. Oh yeah. And that happens. So sometimes this is the other door, sometimes this will just come off. We have had to put grease up here to make it slide easier, but sometimes it just doesn't do that. The sides have held up really well. We do have the shade cloth up here. We got 2 of these. We have one on the outside and one on the inside. It just helps minimize the amount of heat that goes into the greenhouse. So now, going into the garden area here, this is the back side. You can see one of those shade cloths inside right there, and that's where my fan is hooked up. That's why it is like that. But I have had to tape these 2 windows because whatever was holding them in, like they had clips. The clips went missing at some point. This panel is broken right here, and they are pretty fragile. Now the sun and sun beat up, as you can see right there, because the sun does set that direction, and so it's beating on this side a lot. But yeah, where that center panel is, we took that out because we put in that fan, so that was on purpose. But those 2 other panels, like that one there and that one there, both of the pins have become missing, and so when it's windy they do pop out. And here's a better look at that concrete foundation that we put in right here. Coming around to the other side here, and here you get a better view of the shade cloth that is on top up here. I'm gonna have to remove that or remove part of it, because as I show you on the inside, I need to fix something up here. But this has really helped because we do get pretty intense sun during the summertime. So that is helping a lot. So now let's go inside the greenhouse. So when we first started this greenhouse, we started out with doing hydroponics. That's what this here is. Fed from one end at a slope. Used to come across back behind there and then down here. And then we had a container of water right here that it would just recycle. It is a mess in here. I need to clean it. But I did that one year, and I actually got really big plants, and I would leave my greenhouse open so the bees could come and go as they wanted. But I just did not like, I didn't have enough of a production basically. So I scratched that idea the following year and went with this just sort of being a seed starting area. And I've liked how that's worked, and it's been like that ever since. So Let's see. This greenhouse does come with these openers here that you can prop open when it gets really hot if you need to. I didn't even realize that one is missing, or maybe we never put that up, I don't remember. We had originally bought these on Amazon, and they are expanders that when it warms up, it just expands on its own. But because we put up that shade cloth, we never did end up using these. So, but because we couldn't open the roof panels, my husband put in a fan. And that is the fan. It is on a timer and it has a temperature gauge. So that way when it gets up to a certain temperature, and you can adjust the temperature that you want it to turn on and off at. And that has been a lifesaver. If it's been a couple years, so if I can find the link to that, I will link it down below. But yeah, that's nice to have. And then you can see here is the inside shade cloth, and we put it on this wall because this is where the sun comes in. Now, one of the major problems that I have with this greenhouse are these two panels up here. See how they're sagging and bowing like this? Now, I'm not going to blame the greenhouse for this. I am blaming my cat, because I have a rock that's right outside this wall, and it's pretty tall, and the cats will jump up here onto this greenhouse, and I think over time of them just jumping on there, it started bowing them. And then I came in not too long ago, and this one over here, this far panel, was actually hanging, and it's cracked. So it's doing its job for now, but my plan for this going forward is I am just going to buy, you know, that clear plastic, it's like corrugated, almost like the corrugated metal roofing stuff. I'm going to do that, but it's the clear plastic. I think that will withstand the heat a lot better than these poly panels, whatever panels they are, because they're pretty thin and flimsy. And I think they will last a lot longer, because I really do love my greenhouse. Even though there are parts that are just not doing very well, I do like my greenhouse. I have since added a shelf in here with a light where I can grow things. And I think that it keeps all these plants that I'm starting nice and protected for the most part from any heat or rain or cold. I would highly recommend getting this greenhouse if you are looking at getting a greenhouse. I don't remember what we paid for this. I thought we paid a lot more than my husband said we paid for it, but you can also find coupons for Harbor Freight greenhouses, which will significantly drop the price a lot. So if you do want a greenhouse like this, look for those coupons. So we have a water spigot in here that actually did bust one day, and this whole area was a mess. But it's nice to have water in here, but the water does go out through a hole over there, and then this black hose right here goes out. There's Ozzy. Goes out through the front door so that I can water the front flower bed right there. So just a quick little update video on my greenhouse. Go get you a greenhouse, start you a garden. It's definitely worth it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them. Yeah, we actually did a video of us putting this up, and so I will go ahead and link that as well. But it's just a sped up video, so if you want to see a slowed, actual real-time sort of video, I will see if I can put something together. I'd have to find the footage for that. But when we did put this thing up, we started out by putting these, I believe it was these metal brackets right here. We put them on backwards, or maybe it was these ones here. Either way, one of these brackets we put on backwards, like one set of them, and then we realized once we had put in quite a few of them that it was backwards, so we had to redo it. Yeah, like I said, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, leave them down below. Until next time, I hope that you get out there, grow a garden of your own, and I will see you next time. Bye!